It's the Flex Zone, episode 372. You know what to do. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell. Talking Ravens, talking Commanders, talking college football, 800 goals in the NHL, and of course, that NBA Christmas quintuple hitter of NBA action. And we talk about the struggling Wizards as well. God's favorite host, Captain of the Goofy Ship, Cravante, Big Raj, and Drizzy Dre with me. It's the Flex Zone podcast, y'all. Let's get ready to get started. Bringing that Christmas cheer better than jolly old Saint Nick is God's favorite host and the Flex Zone podcast. Only place, fellas, give me sports how you want it.
When you need it.
What's going on, fellas? What's up, America? What's going on, Flex Zone family? Episode 372, you know what to do. Breaking it down as only we can here in the man cave, the flexzone1 at gmail.com, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, the Flex Zone 1. And of course, that TikTok Flex Zone podcast, Cash App, the Flex Zone 1. As always, as well, hit that bell, hit that like button, hit that bell, and vote on the poll in the chat as well. If you're here, vote on the poll, vote on the poll. Appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. Episode 372, Ravens, Commanders, college football, hockey. Got some NBA goofies as well, in which probably was the wildest week of the NFL season thus far as we wind down and head towards that playoff push. You guys know who I am. Still America's Most Wanted Podcast, Cravante, and getting ready for Christmas. Make sure you spike the eggnog with a little bit of Crown in it, possibly, Cravante, for those out there who like that. It is the Flex Zone Podcast. Appreciate all the support and love on the channel. And make sure you check out our show sponsor tonight, Fanatics. Click the link, get those last-minute gifts and things for the holiday and heading into 2023, as this will be possibly our penultimate show. We may have a show next week. We'll let you know. We may recap the year that was, top sports moments and things like that. But cannot do the show alone. Show starts with the social media producer, the man who sits through 3-hour movies. That's right, that Avatar. What's going on, Big Raj? How you feeling?
What's going on, guys? I'm in the building tonight, ready to talk this weekend's wildest NFL takes of goofiness and all kinds of things, and this whack NBA Christmas Day spectacular on Sunday. So, yay.
You can tell he is excited, to say the least. But this next man, he is the Commandalorian, the captain of the goofy ship, the one and only man who maybe can help me get some Janet Jackson tickets, Cravante. I need to talk to you about that as she is hitting back on tour. We got to
get out of here.
Yeah, we got to get the tickets, bro. Their tickets are crazy high, but we got to find maybe the resale market.
I'm going. Wait a minute, hold up. So you want Cravante to be in that little thing where she does a little sex thingy where she doesn't do that where people, where the guys like this. The guys like this
and doesn't do that anymore. She's a mother now.
She's a senior citizen. I understand.
She's a mother.
Wow, now she's a senior citizen. Don't you be disrespectful of Janet Jackson.
Hey, I'll take all that into consideration.
If anybody can find us some affordable tickets, let us know. Hit us up.
Please.
Gotta hit that tour up. Many locations coming to the new CFG Bank Arena, along with Anita Baker, Roger's favorite artist, Lizzo.
Wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute, the what arena?
CFG Bank.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be the name of the Royal Farms.
I forgot that's the new name of it. It's not Royal Farms.
The old chicken.
Yeah, we have Roger's favorite artist, Lizzo. We got Anita Baker. We got Janet Jackson, special guest Ludacris. And it kicks off with CIAA in February, so we'll keep you posted. May have to pop out for that. But what's going on, Cravante? How you feeling?
Hey, man, we here, man. I had a fun-filled weekend.
Yes, you were hosting a movie.
Yes. Omar's premiere, I believe, was a success. A nice crowd showed up, and he premiered his latest project, and he gave me the opportunity to host it, which was fun. I had a really good time. Dre and Shane, all of them showed out, so it was good to see. I had a good time. Hopefully, they had a good time as well. And yeah, we had a good time. But
Good.
Anita Baker, the tickets already been got. Me and my mom are going to see Anita Baker on Mother's Day.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Shout
I
out
like to hear
to
that.
Mama Heard. Yes, next man. He is the professor, the pride of East Side, saving misbehavior. Straw that stirs the Flex Zone Drake, the Flex Zone Messiah, the head of the Flex Zone table, the super producer himself. You start your day with a cup of Dre each and every day. The A-lister, the man more phenomenal than AJ Styles. And he tells him to take a ride on Space Mountain because he is the gift that indeed keeps on giving. Drizzy Dre, the dean of Ball So Hard University, the president.
Thank you, Byron, as always, for that wonderful introduction. Fellas, it's always great to be with you guys. And shout out to Cabrante. Good job this weekend when his Steve Harvey suit looking like the Men in Black out there. Some of my brother doing his thing. He was running from one side of the stage to the next, man.
Yes,
Thank you,
big shout
Dre.
out to Omar. Big shout out to Omar, Cravante, everybody, Shane, all you good brothers. But Dre, I'm gonna start with you, man. It was a very exciting Saturday with the Vikings and the Colts, greatest comeback in NFL history. But then you put on that 4:30 game, and it was nap time. It was really time to put the kids to bed because the Ravens play a boring brand of football. And then you got an exciting game in the snow Saturday night, by the way. But Drizzy Dre, Ravens lose 13-3. Bengals come back and beat the GOAT in Tampa. They have a one-game lead in the AFC North. Greg Roman was not fired today, which I thought would happen with the press conference being pushed back an extra hour. Is it time for Greg Roman to go? Your thoughts on the game, my brother, and vote on our poll. Is the Ravens passing game fixable at this point in the season?
Hell yeah, it's time for Greg Roman to go. It's been time for him to go. But honestly, that was a game that, though the Ravens did lose, it's an understandable loss. I had a conversation with Cravante.
Mama, we going to see Anita Baker, baby.
Hey,
You
got a good son over there, Mama Heard. And I was telling my brother that if it being a divisional game, third string quarterback, it was one of those games where it's an understandable loss. You hate for the Ravens to lose, but it wasn't an upsetting game, but you can understand it. What that game told me, if anything, is that the Ravens need to pay Lamar Jackson expeditiously because Lamar Jackson is the Baltimore Ravens offense. No matter how we try to talk about it or whatever, he, like I said, he is the Ravens offense. And if anything, also get him some extra help out there. It's been the same things we've been talking about all season. I don't have to repeat them about how we rely on the tight ends and the running backs. There's no wide receiver, no threat out there, whatever. But I mean that's all that game really showed me is just the urgency that this team needs to move as far as it comes to Lamar Jackson and getting him some help out there.
Go ahead, Raj. Your thoughts on this. We talked about in the post game, but if you want to allude to what you had to say.
What was your question again? The first question?
Is it time for Greg Roman to go? Is this offense fixable? The passing game? I mean, we kind of went into the gamut on Saturday night, so you can go any way you want with it. I mean, like Dre said, we've been talking about it all season. Lamar does need to get paid, but this offense wasn't doing nothing with him in there, sadly.
No. Yeah, we talked about it extensively Saturday. I don't think it's time for Greg to go. I think that if they're going to fire him, wait to the end of the season to fire him, let him finish it out. There's no point in firing him now because it's not going to change anything. This whole organization needs an overhaul at this point. I'm sick of the bullshit. I'm just going to say it just like that. I'm sick of the bullshit with this team. I'm sick of the excuses. I'm sick of the nonsense in the press conference room, the liars' luncheons. I'm sick of a lot of things with this Baltimore Ravens team. It is time for an overhaul. If John has to go, then he needs to go as well, because none of this shit is changing. A lot of the things they've been doing for the past 10 years have not worked. The NFL has moved on to bigger and better things, Nowadays, the passing game is the main focus of the NFL. It's a passing league. Don't get me wrong, you can run the football, great, but they rely heavily on defense. Defense is not getting it done. Not in today's league. It's not the biggest thing right now. And the fact of the matter is, you have known for the past 5 years that you had a quarterback that can pretty much do everything on the field. And you have not secured not one number one wide receiver for him, which is ridiculous. You have stunted this man's growth, which is Lamar Jackson. You have not maximized his abilities at all. Now, don't get me wrong, Greg Roman was good for him the first 2 years of his career. He was really good for him. He helped him get into the league, and he showed him a couple things, a couple tricks here and there. They had the Heisman Trophy package, and they did a lot of things that were creative. And they made it. They made it to the divisional a couple times. Great. The fact of the matter is, we need more. Okay, when you see teams like Kansas City, you see teams like Buffalo, you see teams like this year's Eagles team. They all have weapons. We only have one, and his name was Andrews. Now you could say Hollywood could have been a weapon, but Hollywood kept dropping balls. Hollywood was not a true number one wide receiver. He was a good wide receiver, but he wasn't your typical go-to number one wide receiver when the game was on the line. They need an overhaul. That's just what it is, man. They need an overhaul. They need Greg Roman to go. They need John to stop being goofy, stop taking up for him, and start saying some of the right things. Like, we need to really look at this, because at this point, they're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna make the playoffs, and will they win a playoff game? I don't know. They might, but will they win the Super Bowl? Will they be in contention to beat teams like Buffalo, to beat teams like Kansas City, to beat teams like the Miami Dolphins? Hell no.
Whoa.
They're not beating none of these goddamn teams. They're going to lose. And they're going to lose big time. So, yep. I mean, I love the Ravens. And I'm supporting them. I'm rooting for them. And I hope that they get the job done, even with the defense that they have. But they don't have nobody on offense right now. Nobody. I mean, they got the running backs. They're good. But they have no damn wide receivers. And the tight ends are coming up short right now. So, to answer your question, no, don't fire Greg Roman. Let him finish out the year, because it's not going to matter either way. And then in the offseason, you actually do something. There you go.
Yeah, Raj. Dre, on the post-game show, I told him they need to do two things once the season is over, obviously. Because if they fire Greg Roman now, they're just going to promote somebody from within who's going to run the same offense. They need to go out, look at San Francisco, look at Kansas City, look at Philly, look at Buffalo. Go get one of those assistant coaches. Bring them in as your offensive coordinator. And a healthy Odell Beckham will be sitting in free agency. You go ahead, slide. You tell Lamar, we're going to pay you, but we're going to use some of that money to get Odell. And you get both of them locked up and you sign Roquan. That's you got to do those things immediately.
Well, yesterday, Cavante, who were and shout out to our man CJ too, who was there yesterday. Who were him and who I forgot some of the names that Shane and CJ threw out. Do you remember some of those wide receiver names as well?
You're on mute, Cravante.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now, brother.
Well, CJ and Shane was kind of going through the misses that the Ravens, the wide receivers that the Ravens missed out on, and I remember CJ was talking about Amari Cooper, DK Metcalf came up, and Odell came up as well, but just how the lack of urgency for the Ravens to get Lamar Jackson some help, it just isn't there. So I mean, that's what he was alluding. I mean, we was talking about a lot of stuff, but that's what he's alluding to as far as the wide receivers and the issues for the Ravens. But also comparing them to his, and this was Shane talking, comparing them to his New England Patriots. Y'all have the same problem as far as not developing young wide receivers.
Yeah, they're in the same boat. I mean, Bill Belichick, they're calling for Bill Belichick's job right now. Can you
It's
believe that?
it's
In the
rough.
league?
It's rough up there, man. Listen, man, that post elite quarterback life is trash. I'm gonna say it every week. That post elite quarterback life is trash. Ask Sean Payton.
Yeah, it's tough out here. Let us know in the chat. Miss Queen, what's going on? Mama Heard, we see you. Big Oos Lamar, we see you as well.
Oops.
Yeah, but let us know. Vote on the poll. We'll see what happens. They play the Falcons this Saturday, Christmas Eve. Uh, a rookie quarterback, so they should be able to hopefully get that win. But we shall see if Lamar plays or if he doesn't play. I think he should wait at least another week. But there was primetime football in the state yesterday. Not in Baltimore, though. In Landover. And boy, did it get goofy down the stretch. I know Cavante may not have seen this game live, but he probably saw what happened. So just when we thought the Commanders was on the way up, they lose to the Giants 20-12. Cravante, were you guys screwed with the missed call at the end and our playoff hopes fading as you guys are the number 7 seed with Detroit right behind you?
So I was so I like me and Dre was talking about earlier, I was hosting and we were out pretty late, but I was able to catch, half of the third quarter and all of the fourth quarter of the game. Um we the refs screwed us twice, almost on back-to-back plays. Now, I'm not, making any excuses because the Commanders did turn the ball over twice. And you cannot do that in the divisional game. Home road cannot turn the ball over. And that last turnover of Heineke, which was a outstanding um, challenge by Brian Daboll, because they called him down and they looked back at it and then they overturned it. Great challenge, but a turnover in the red zone. I believe the Commanders were 1 for 3 in the red zone, which is not good. To put up 12 points is not going to beat anybody in the NFL. So
You
I'm
put up
not
more
going
than
to
the
say
Ravens.
so. I'm not going to say that's the reason why we lost, but those were two horrific, terrible, egregious calls by the referees. One being the Terry McLaurin um, on being on the ball, and Terry McLaurin asking the referee make sure he was good, asked him twice and still threw the flag on him, and it was a run play. Like him being on the line or not being on the line had nothing to do with the play, but he confirmed. He tried his best to confirm, and he still threw the flag. So, and the Commanders, when penalties happen and they get backed up, it's hard for that offense to overcome because we're not a high power offense at all. So that set us back. And then of course, I mean, y'all saw the hug, the no hug call on Curtis Samuel in the red zone. My heavens, both arms around him and just no PI, no nothing. And that was the final. That was the fourth down play. That was the final play of the game. And it's absurd that nothing happened on that play. And I think the NFL, and we'll get into what Sean Payton said a little bit later if we have time. There's gonna be some changes. There's got to be some changes. Like I don't know if they got to bring back being able to challenge some things, but that was egregious. Back to back calls. Like, yeah, we definitely got screwed on those two plays, but ultimately, two plays don't decide an entire game. Commanders missed a bunch of opportunities, a lot of opportunities. And like I said, that fumble by Heineke really, really hurt because those were points. We were on the verge at least getting 3 points and being down 2. And then who knows, it'd have been 15-20 on that last drive instead of 20-12. And we could have possibly been going for the win. Maybe play calling changes, who knows, but that's neither here nor there. They missed a bunch of opportunities and turned the ball over twice. So yes, I do think we got screwed on those two plays. And my playoff hopes are fading because we have the 49ers coming up and we have the Browns coming up. We needed these games. Like 10 wins, I think 10 wins would have been enough. But now with 3 games left, I don't think there's a way we're gonna. I don't think we're not gonna win all three our final 3 games. I just don't see it. Maybe 2 out of 3, but getting these last 3 games to get the 10, because that's honestly what we would have to do. We would have to win out. I mean, the good part about this is that we still hold our own destiny because everybody behind us has 7 losses and we only have 6. So we went out, we're good. But chances of us winning out is slim. And yeah, so playoff hopes are still fading, but it's not over. Still got I believe we have one more division game left, and the Browns and
Cowboys
49ers.
week 18.
Yep. Cowboys, 49ers, and Browns. I think it's 49ers, Browns, Cowboys in that order. But that this is the rough gauntlet. That's why we needed these Giants games to, at least give us some type of cushion. But yeah, playoff hopes are definitely fading as the Lions are getting hot at the right time. It's scary right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bust them kneecaps.
Yeah, they doing that. Kneecaps, ankles, Achilles, they busting it all, man.
Yeah, you got the Lions, Seahawks, Giants, Commanders, all kind of bunched up together. Basically, you got 4 or 5 teams fighting for 3 spots. So we'll see what happens there. But college football playoffs are expanding. 12 teams, at least coming up in the next 2 years in 2024 and 2025. So we'll have one more year of 4 teams, and then in 2024 we'll have 12 teams. Is this needed? Is this enough teams? Is this too many teams? Cavante, how you feel?
Um, I have mixed. I have mixed feelings about it. Because I do think it needed to be expanded from 4. I think 4 was a great trial run, a great start. But it definitely needed to be more. I was thinking somewhere between 6 and 8. But I feel like 12 might be a bit much, but hell, I'm down to try. Now we get to see more than the usual suspects in the college football playoffs. But will that make for better TV or more blowouts? That's one thing we don't want. Because I mean, we see blowouts in the 1-4 matchup. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want that, on New Year's Eve. Is that when the game is? The game's the New Year's Eve, right?
And I think we're going to see another one. I think Michigan is blowing out TCU. That's just me.
So that's what I'm worried about. We want good football for the college football playoffs. We don't want to. Excuse me. We don't want to see blowouts. We want to see good games. We don't want just the championship game to be a good game. And I think if you open the gates for other teams, you're probably opening for lesser talented teams. So which means more blowouts. And I'm also interested to see how they break it down. Maybe with 12 teams, maybe the first 2, maybe get buys, and then you break down the rest of them. Do you break down the regular seed and how we do in any other sport? The highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows. And maybe we could go like that. But I mean, I definitely wanted more than 4, but I think 12 may be a bit much. But I'm here to see how it unfolds.
Go ahead, Dre.
I agree with Cavante. I thought that when they were talking about expanding it, I figured it would be about maybe 6 to 8 teams. I didn't figure, 12. I think 12 is a lot. And I agree with him. You already figured that with some of these matchups now, there's always, like you said, there's always one blowout, and sometimes we've seen a blowout in the championship game.
Yes.
So
yes.
you don't. So it's like one of those things you just don't know. But at the same time, you got to ease people into it. Like, yeah, we've had this 4-team playoff for a while, but now, maybe double up to 12. I mean, to 8, and then you work your way, into that 12. But I think that 12 is just too massive of a number for real. And you're not going to get all the teams that you really want in. I mean, granted, like, this is one of those years. Hey, Alabama's not in. Okay, I think we may not be as happy about that decision, but um, we can accept it more, as opposed to some other teams getting in, and it's just like I'm just not sure how this will pan out. I'm curious to see how it will, and I'm excited for the playoff games that we have coming up. Uh, Byron, I do agree with you that Michigan may may blow out TCU. But we shall see that Georgia, the Ohio State game. Um, uh, I don't know if we're picking games yet, but that may be that's one of those that can go either way.
We'll save that for
So
next week. We'll pick
so
those next week.
so I'll save the picks, but um, and like I said, I just think 12 may have been a huge step for now. Um, but hey, this is going to be more money for you know college football. Hopefully, it'll be some money for the players to get something for themselves. But we shall see. But I mean, I just don't think that every team needs to get in. Like, this is just one of those funny years when like Alabama wasn't able to get in. Can't recall some of these other
USC,
UFC would have been
even
UFC would have
Utah,
been
the
good.
team that beat USC.
Man,
Um,
USC, man.
but
I would love to
yeah,
see USC in.
I think USC and Alabama were the two we were all kind of like, okay, if there's some teams that
Just make it six
um
this year. Just make it six for those two to get in.
oh yeah,
Right.
it would have been yeah, it would have been cool. Like I'm looking at it now, like um Alabama just missed the cut. Tennessee would have been cool to see. USC would have been good. Um, Actually, even Penn State, I would have been a little curious about them too. So it's a few teams that would have been cool to see them get in. But um, when you're talking about 12, like I see like looking at it, Washington this year would have been at the cut with 2 losses. Every other team after 13 has 3 losses or more. So well, I'm sorry, Tulane, they only have 2 losses, but um, outside of that, I mean, it's like, yeah, one of those. Like I said, well, I guess we'll just have to see what it is.
What's going on, Mark? Rod, your thoughts on the 12 teams?
I don't really have any thoughts. I'm with y'all on that. I think they should have just waited and just expanded a little by little. Maybe 6 next year. Maybe the year after that, maybe 8, and then 10, and then 12. Maybe they should have did it like that instead of just going from 4 to 12. I think that's a little too much. But I'm not sure how this college football thing really works anyway. So I guess they just wanted to try something just to try something. So we shall see when 2024, 2025 hits. If it's a hit, great. If it's not, shorten it by like 4 games.
It's all about the money. Let's keep it moving. Cravante, Alexander Ovechkin, 800 goals, one away from tying Gordie Howe for second all time, and a little bit over 40 away from breaking number 99, the great ones, Wayne Gretzky's record. How you feeling about Ovi? Pretty much been there
Man,
forever and still
man,
getting there.
he is doing his best Tom Brady impression, man. He just keeps coming and keeps coming and keeps coming and being very, very productive, even him being a little long in the tooth. Um, he was an integral part in our championship run. And he seems to, even though the team has kind of changed a little bit around him, he is still being very right. That's what I'm saying, Mark. Even though the team it has changed, a little bit around him, he's still there. He's the elder statesman of the team. He's the super veteran, and he's been very, very consistent. Man, listen, the guy can still put the puck in the net. Bottom line, and 800 is a great feat. A goal, no pun intended, to accomplish, and he And man, as long as he can still skate, I think he still won't play. And he has a great, great opportunity to be the all time, to reach the all time. But I just pray, I just pray for his health, so he can have the opportunity to do so. When I Mark. So yeah, I'm here for it. Ovi, go for it, baby.
Dre, I know you're paying attention to LeBron,
Also,
but
Roger, right?
Ovi's getting it done, man.
Man, I mean, I'm excited about Ovechkin. When I heard that he could possibly break Gretzky's record, I was like, whoa. This is huge. It's going to still, be, a couple more years, similar to like how LeBron's been kind of chasing this record by Kareem. But I think it's obtainable, and the fact that he's this close to doing it, says a lot. Not only about his career, but his his greatness and what he's been able to contribute to the sport, especially being when he's been with Washington all these years. Like Mark was saying, he's been around for a while. So this is the type of record that it takes greatness and longevity in order to complete. And I can't wait till he breaks this record, because it's similar to Kareem. It's a record that we didn't think would be broken, but hey, it's records are meant to be broken. So hats off to him if he is able to accomplish this, and I think he will.
Rod, you still eating those free Papa John's half-price pizzas, courtesy of the Capitals?
No, not because of the Capitals. I forgot all about Capitals, honestly. But
Well, because it ain't damn sure ain't the Wizards, and we'll get to that in a second.
well, actually, no, it can't be the Wizards if they got to score a certain amount of points.
Oh, so they's got to score points now. Oh, we're
It's
giving
gotta
out
score points.
participation.
Don't have
now
they
it's
win
just
or
points.
lose.
You're giving out participation trophies. Okay.
It's got to score over 115. They score 115, you get that 50% off. But shout out to Alex Ovechkin. Like Mark said, he's been in the league since we were in high school. That was like damn near 20 years ago. So
Go ahead and lie. Y'all still lying? You still lying, Roger?
so he's probably gonna break that. He's probably
wasn't it grammar school? What wasn't it
Shout
grammar
out.
school when you was? Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, he's gonna get to 800 goals, and he's gonna be probably one of the best, if not the best overall player that ever played this game, other than Wayne Gretzky and whoever else. But yeah, man, he's been around for a very, very long time, man, and he's been a staple to that Washington franchise. So shout out to him. Can't wait till he breaks it, and hopefully, he goes out on top whenever his career is over with.
Well, let us know your thoughts on Alexander Ovechkin and all the other topics from Flex Talk. And if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, hit the thumbs up, vote on that poll. Let us know your thoughts as we get ready, as what we call it here on the Flex Zone, the official start of the NBA season, which is Christmas Day, because they've been playing for about 3 months and we ain't really paying attention like that. But yeah, we're paying attention, but it is what it is. Christmas Day, we got 5 games on Christmas Day, quintuple header. I'm gonna run down the list. As you see, we also got some injuries. Steph is out, AD is out, and Cravante and Raj, your Withers, have lost 10 in a row. I'm gonna get to the schedule and we'll get to all that in 1 second. Philly at New York, 12 p.m. New York Knicks playing very well, guys. Actually above 500. LA Lakers, Dallas Mavericks at 2:30. LeBron isn't playing tonight, right?
He took the night off because he played a lot of minutes yesterday.
Probably the game of the day now, in my opinion. Milwaukee at Boston, 5 o'clock. Eastern Conference Finals preview. Memphis at Golden State. No Steph, as I mentioned, 8 o'clock. Might sprinkle a little money on Memphis, Cavante. And then Phoenix at Denver, 10:30. That could be a Western Conference Finals preview, possibly. So, Raj, your thoughts on Christmas Day games and the Wizards losing 10 in a row. AD out again. Street clothes has returned.
I'll be honest with you. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, these are my views. I don't give a shit about these damn NBA Christmas games. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't give a damn about them. I don't care about them this year because of the injuries, because of Steph's not there, because AD's not there. Granted, LeBron's there. That's great, but yeah, man. Let's get to the meat of the potatoes, man. I mean, Street clothes is back yet again. This Lakers team was trash to begin the year. They lost like I don't know how many games, like 7, 8, 9 games in a row. At one point, they was like 1-7 or whatever. But Anthony Davis was finally starting to get it together. He was finally starting to find his footing on this team. Other than when they won the championship 2 years ago, he was finally starting to figure out a way to be aggressive and get LeBron involved, and also get Westbrook involved in the game as well. And I saw the injury the other night, and I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, it wasn't even like nothing that was like serious. It was he just turned the wrong way, and then he was out. I was like, yeah, are you serious? You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. It was ridiculous, man. I'm like, come on, AD, not this shit again. But yeah, man, he's out for a month. And LeBron James, God bless his soul, man. I'm not sure how he's going to be able to carry this team for a month. He about to be 38 years old, and I think next week he'll turn 38. And
yeah, his birthday's the 30th, man.
Yeah, he'll be 38.
Him and my mama got the same birthday.
Hey, there you go. Shout out to Mama Dre. But yeah, man. I mean, it just comes at the wrong time. I feel like this team was finally starting to gel, finally starting to get somewhere, and it's just like boom, he's gone. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they stay. They can. Hopefully LeBron can carry them for a month, and him and Westbrook and Austin Reeves, and they figure out a way to get it done. But if not, that's cool. But let's get to another meeting. This Wizards thing, man. Oh my God, bro. I am so disgusted with this goddamn team. I don't understand what happened. We talked about this about a month ago, but where the Wizards was looking good. They was actually winning games. They was playing defense again. I mean, Porzingis was going nuts. Bradley Beal was doing what he was supposed to do. And all of a sudden, a whole month later, these mother start losing 10 straight games. I don't understand. I don't get it. I am flustered by this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. Telios is he cursed or something? I mean, it seems like every year that this team looks good for a moment in time, looks promising, and then all of a sudden, during the middle of the season, it just implodes. Like little by little, it implodes, and it's not even due to injury. It's just due to them just not getting the damn job done, or not playing defense at a specific time, or them giving up threes, or them doing silly stuff on. It just doesn't matter. It ain't matter who the team is. It could be Indiana. It could be Toronto. It can be
Charlotte.
Team. Charlotte beat them. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
They started. They was at the beginning of the losing streak.
Bro, I just don't understand. I don't get it, man. I really don't understand it. But you know what? I hate to say this, they're gonna blow it up soon. Watch this. People about to get traded. Kyle Kuzma's going to probably get traded. Porzingis might get traded. Bradley Beal might get traded. I don't know, man. But it's just frustrating watching them. It really is, and it's frustrating. But like I said before, I don't really care for these Christmas Day games. Hopefully Steph Curry is good to go in about a month as well. We need that light-skinned brother back, for Byron's sake, because that's his boy. And yeah, man. That's all I got for the NBA side right now. Y'all can have the Christmas Day fun.
Drake, go ahead, get in
there. You know what? I'm actually excited for the NBA still on Christmas Day because we may not have AD, but we do have LeBron James. We may not have Steph Curry, but we got John Morant. The 76ers game, though, like you said, the Knicks are above 500. I'm just so unsure about the 76ers, man. They've been a total question mark thus far, but we knew that with James Harden and Embiid's health. The Lakers without AD, I don't know how far they're going, but then, the Mavericks, they're supposed to be better than what we thought they were, but this is how they are every year. The Bucks and the Celtics, this is exciting, but the Celtics, they're trying to get that stench off from last year, and then the Bucks, They just haven't, to me, really. They've been good, but they haven't been the same team as we're opposed to in the past. I mean, they got blown out by Memphis the other night, so we don't know what's going on with Memphis right now. I mean, we don't know what's going on with Milwaukee right now. The Warriors, they can still hang, but without, even with Steph, I just feel like this is going to be a game where the Grizzlies are they're just playing better right now. The Nuggets and the Suns, I mean, these are two teams that when they get to the playoffs, what noise are they really going to make? But if I had to pick one, I'd say the Nuggets are about to do that thing. I know we always say the NBA doesn't really start till Christmas, but I'm starting to question whether or not it's the All-Star game now, like afterwards, because it's just I don't know what it is, but I'm just not as excited for basketball this year as I've been in the years past. And that's sad about, the game that I love, but I'm just not feeling it. I just don't know if the players, I don't know if it's the injuries, but it just this season thus far hasn't felt, like I said, the same as years past. I mean, we were a little excited because of the way that Anthony Davis was playing, but then of course, hey, here he goes, like you said, Raj. The big men just cannot stay healthy. They're like some of the most they just fragile when they get to be that big. But at one point for MVP, it was between him and a boy from the Celtics. Why is his name not coming to me?
Robert
Jason Tatum.
Wait.
Right now, yeah, it was between him and Tatum. So that was a little exciting to see. But like I said, outside of that, I'm not really as excited for the NBA. But I mean, I'll still watch these games, on. I'll still watch these games because they'll be available. But I'm just not as sure as I thought I was when it comes to the NBA. I see that for the NFL they'll have a couple of games on Christmas Day, such as Green Bay and Miami, Denver and the Rams, and then Tampa Bay and the Cardinals. But I mean, shoot, the only exciting game is Green Bay and Miami. Outside of that, you're not excited about the NFL either. They just giving us a bull draft product in both leagues. Like, I mean, it's just like this is like the best y'all can do. Like the NBA seemed like they don't want to play on Christmas Day, and then the NFL just gave us this haphazard schedule. So I just don't know. I mean, I'll tune into the games, but honestly, this may be a time when I'm with family and we may put on a Christmas movie, man. That's just.
Well, that what is it called? A Christmas Carol. I think they have part 2 coming out soon. If I'm not mistaken. Christmas Carol's a classic movie, but Chicago gets his tongue stuck on a pole and all that good stuff. But anyway, yeah, I think part 2 is coming out with the same little kid. He's a super grown adult now.
But, grown ass man still getting his tongue stuck on the pole.
Yes. But what I was about to say. Oh, I think I think the reason why you're not as excited as you would be in years past is just because of the players themselves, man. Christmas movie. That's what it was, Mark. I appreciate that, man.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you, man.
I just think that it's just the players, honestly, and it's the injuries, it's the players, it's the fact that they taking every other game off. They complain about such and such and such. It's like the old days when you had the Kobe's and you had the Trace McGrady's and you had Vince Carter, Jordan, Karl Malone, all those dudes. They played with heart. They played almost every game. Nobody was really getting hurt like that. Everything seemed like a fight. Now it just seems like people are just getting away with things, and they come to play sometimes and they don't come to play. Kawhi Leonard's playing like one game per month now. I mean, it's
don't get me started about him.
It's like, bro, what is going on, man? Like, why is everybody taking these games off? Like tonight, we had a great little, even though the Wizards lost that 10th game. I watched the game between the Lakers and Wizards yesterday. That was a phenomenal game. That was a great game. And tonight, half of the damn Lakers team is out. I mean, like 3 or 4 players is out of the Lakers team. So it's like the back-to-backs. They don't want to play the back-to-backs, and you got the coaches taking them out, and the players are taking themselves out. And then, even though I can't blame Kyrie for this, he got taken out for a lot of games yet again. It's just I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of the people getting taken out because of either injuries or afraid to get injured, or they're scared to play. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on nowadays than it was in years past.
Hey, real quick, Byron. It's the NHL that's think about expanding to 84 games, correct?
Yeah, I think so, but I haven't heard
So,
anything
so
lately
I
about.
mean, you have hockey thinking about expanding their games, while the NBA wants to downgrade their games. That it's just like you said, man. I don't know if it's just the injuries or if it's just the players, but I mean, um, and maybe it's because I don't know. I'm not an athlete, but I mean, I just thought that 82 games was decent, for play. I think the only one we thought that was just too much was baseball. But I mean, for
82 has been the standard for
we,
since
we,
I think the 60s, and it's been the standard. I don't get why people see. My problem is, and I hate to say this,
He's about to sound old, guys.
no, I'm not about to sound old, but it's when LeBron and them came in. It's just like, oh, now this is a problem. Now 82 games is a problem. Why is it a problem? Everybody's played 82 games. Jordan loved playing 82 games. He played it like 6 or 7 times in his career. Karl Malone is probably one of the most 82 game players that I've ever seen in my entire life. At least 10 times he played 82 games. He only probably missed out throughout his whole career maybe 1 or 2 games per season, besides the last year of his career when he played with the Lakers and he got hurt. Other than that, it's just like I don't understand what the problem is. I don't get it. Is it because y'all afraid? I mean, your contracts is guaranteed. You're getting all this money from TV deals and stuff. It's not like you're underpaid. I mean, what's the problem?
yeah. I'm trying to make the sense make dollars right now, but it's just like, to me right now the math isn't mathing, because them too, but it just seems like I don't understand the complaint when it comes to playing 82 games of an NBA season. Like, I just, that doesn't seem like a lot of games, and they've talked about reducing it down to the 60s, and I'm like, what y'all gonna do? Y'all still gonna complain about the 60s? Like, it's just we just don't know. I think that, to me, 82 just doesn't seem like a lot, and I think that they do a lot for the players now. I mean, the NBA season used to not start until around Halloween, and now they started a little bit earlier in October. And then, they try to draw the games out, but then, you have some that are, like you said, there are a few back to back, and if they're back to back, so what? Just play them. I mean, they had back to backs back in the day, so I just
Yeah, a
don't.
lot of back-to-backs back in the day.
I just don't. I'm just trying to understand this new modern, the new modern athletes when it comes to um, playing these games. I mean, the NFL expanded, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
NHL was talking about
And
expanding,
and the NFL probably should have been the one organization to not expand.
Right.
Or at least keep it where it was. But yeah, I mean, because the NFL went from 14 games to now 16 to now 17, and they're talking about adding an 18th game if they can. But I think I'm having an issue, and I'm not. I'm at a loss for words when it comes to finding a solution about how we solve this problem, because like Raj said, I mean, the NBA on Christmas Day was something that we used to get excited for. We used to be excited to see LeBron James or Kevin Durant, But I'm not sure if it's just the injuries. I'm not sure if it's just the players just kind of being like nonchalant about things, or the selection of games. Because, like I said, the NFL ain't doing too much better when it comes to these Christmas Day games. Because the day before Christmas, you got some really good games coming up, and we'll make our picks soon. But on on actual Christmas Day, in the evening, I mean, Denver, they've been, whatsoever with Russ, and then, the Rams have been a disappointment this year. So it's Tampa Bay.
Now, Drake. Granted, with that, I understand that from a scheduling perspective, because we didn't know the Rams and the Broncos were going to be this bad. Like,
Yeah.
we thought the Broncos. Well, I'm not going to say we, because I didn't think so. I thought the Broncos were going to be right where they was going to be third in that division. But I think it's hard to determine that scheduler. You only do as the teams are currently constructed. That's what you're thinking about, and you're projecting that into the future.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't think Russ was not going to be cooking. Russ ain't turned the stove on. You know what I'm saying? At this point, you know what I'm saying? Like he's still preheating. You know what I'm saying? At this point,
that bitch is cold, bro. Oh, it ain't coming on at all. Nah, he can't even warm up a house with he got going. He can't warm up the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? It's real bad. It's real bad. But so let me jump in. The Rams. Show that Mark. Show his comment. Do y'all know the top 3 teams that are the top 3 seeds in the Western Conference?
New Orleans, Memphis,
the Grizzlies, the Grizzlies, the Pelicans, and the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Those are the top 3 seeds in the Western Conference. Realistically, where do we have these teams? like realistically, like where do we probably have Memphis somewhere where around 4 or 5, maybe?
Yeah,
maybe
like 3, 4, 5.
Maybe 3. Best, they look like the best, and first of all, we talk about guys that want to play. These are young guys. They ain't got nothing but time and nothing but energy. So and they look like it. They look like they're in a conference full of old dudes, and they are running, They are running amok right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to see what they're gonna do to these Warriors on Christmas Day. Then again, maybe I do. But so it's different. So we Rogers was talking about the standard and how things used to be, man, and the product is watered down. I think that's putting it nicely. The product is watered down. It seems like it doesn't have the substance it once had. And I'm not pointing no fingers, but since the so-called king came in, things have shifted. And mind you, I like him as a player taking back the power, but not at the expense of the product, because the product is what it is, and what it's always been. And this was gravitated people. That's what gravitated people to see TV screens come Christmas. Like Dre said, Christmas Day was it. We was guaranteed of the 5 games, 4 to 5 was gonna be lit. Like usually that 12 o'clock game, it could be hit or miss, because usually the Knicks are playing at that 12 o'clock slot. So it's like, it could be hit or miss. But at least four of them games is like, yo, this is gonna be it. We talk about potential playoff matchups and maybe even a conference finals matchups in them games. Now, ain't nobody playing. The NBA is ran by the stars. If the stars don't play, the product is not there. Steph out, AD out. Not that we're surprised, but still. Steph Curry's not going to play? What are we talking about? He's only the biggest cash cow that the NBA got. it's ran by the stars, and if the stars don't play, what are we doing? What are we really watching? So I think it's not feeling Christmassy and we're not feeling no holiday cheer is because what Raj was alluding to. No, well, one, the injuries, and what Raj was saying, it's just not the same. I don't know if these guys taking off. We got Kawhi Leonard. I want to sign a contract like Kawhi Leonard for work. I just want to get paid all this money. Like what is he doing, babe? Like how do you? And I'm not again. And no pun intended. I'm not gonna hate the player. It's the can't hate the player, hate the game because it's people that signed off on it. You know what I'm saying? It's a few people that signed off that was like, okay, Kawhi Leonard built up enough cash cow for himself, and he could do what he wants. I am not mad at Kawhi Leonard for, in this case, stealing the church's money. You got to be mad at the NBA for allowing this. The team's allowing him to do this. Kawhi Leonard will come in, hit a game winner, and we won't see him for 3 more games. 3 more games. 4 more games. He playing a couple times a month. Be like, all right, y'all, I'll see y'all next year. Next year? What are we talking about? And I understand. Like protecting, like as a player, protecting your body and being able to have some longevity. But God damn it, it's that's when you train for this. Guys got hurt back in the day, but guys just played. The injuries wasn't as I feel like this in this day and age, the soft tissue injuries, the ligaments seem like they're so much weaker than it was back in the day. Like I've never seen so many people tear their Achilles, tear their ACLs, and all this stuff. And I don't know what I can attribute that to, but it's something. Guys, training camp is not as crazy. Practices are not as crazy. And then when guys come in and get hurt, it's like, what happened? Y'all ain't been playing to that level. Ain't nobody playing at game speed no more. What are we really talking about? And I didn't even get a chance to get into the whole Wizards debacle. Matter of fact, I wanted to run off some stats real quick. As soon as I found it, because I had it, because me and Raj, we preach defense. You know, since the beginning, before the year started, we preached defense because that was an issue in previous years. So mind you, the Wizards have not won a game in the month of December. Let's just start there. Have not won a game in the month of December. So I'm not even gonna read off the teams. I'm just gonna read off the amount of points they've given up in the last 10 games. 113, 117, 130, 115, 121, 114, 112, 141, 102, and 119.
God damn. What? God damn.
And that's just the last 10 games. Like, that's an absurd. It's a 140 in there, yo. And it wasn't no overtime. It wasn't no overtime. And matter of fact, let's jump into it a little further. That was the goddamn Denver Nuggets. The 3rd best team in the Western Conference right now? Yeah, just how we thought, right? 141 points. In that game, 38 points in the first quarter, 34 points in the second quarter, 30 points in the third quarter, 39 points in the fourth. No overtime. And they dropped 140. I am disgusted with the defense and the amount of points given up. Absolutely disgusted. And I think they gave a 130 to the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know they're world beaters. They put up all the points in the world. And then gave it 119 last night. Or not last. Yeah, last night. So and then 117 to the Hornets. Like, I'm disgusted with the defense. Raj, we've been preaching this in the offseason.
We've been preaching it forever, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Back in the days, we've been preaching this. Back in the days, it's always been the defense because Washington has pretty much always had guys that could either shoot or score. We've always had at least one or two guys that could do that. But defensively, we've never really been there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like never. Like we've had years where we had highs, but we've never been there consistently. And those amount of points that I just wrote off for the last 10 games, I mean, I'm not surprised. Because, I mean, we put up points, and yeah, the NBA is all about points and all that, but we gonna need to average 130 to and 130 plus to win these games. And as soon as we average 130, we'll give a 135.
That's true.
I don't get it, because we see the problem, and it's like at the beginning of the year, okay, hopes is up. It's like, all right, they playing well. Let's see where this goes. You know, me and Roger still even killed because we already know how this goes. But I didn't think it was gonna do a 180 on us. You did a Drake. You did a loco on us, a Harvey Dent. You know what I'm saying? Two-Face. We just did a Two-Face. But I did this bad? Just 10 straight. You're not gonna win it all this month. Whole month. And this is supposed to be the season, and this is supposed to be the damn season of giving.
Are they giving all right? They
giving these L's. They getting these goddamn hot L's. That's what they're getting. Oh, that's what they're giving us. This is just trash. I don't know, man.
Can we put up? I know we gotta get to our picks, but can we put up that statement from Mark about the ratings, real quick? I think that was a good point when he.
About this?
Which one?
Oh, you talking about?
No,
this?
I think he said the ratings.
I think he made a good point, because he was right during those 4 years when it was Cleveland and the Warriors. As much as we hated the matchup, the ratings were, they were up there. And we've been talking about balance in the NBA for a while, and now the teams are balanced, and we're not as interested for some.
I guess that's not what we wanted. We wanted balance. We didn't like domination, and teams are more balanced, and it's more even kill. The playing field is more even, and we don't like it. Ain't that something?
Maybe it's because we always needed a team to root for and a team to finally beat them over. I mean, in the past, when you think about the NFL, you had the Patriots. That was the last dynasty. The NBA, the last dynasty was the Warriors. So maybe dynasties aren't as bad after all.
Well, we will keep you guys posted as the NBA season moves right along, and hopefully the Wizards can get that 10-game losing streak under control. Let's get to the NFL schedule, recap, and game ball, not so game ball, and get our picks. We had San Francisco beat Seattle 21-13, clinched a playoff spot. Greatest comeback in NFL history, Mark. Go ahead, come to the front of the congregation for your Colts. 39-36 in overtime. Cleveland beat the Ravens 13-3. Another great game on Saturday night. Buffalo beat Miami 32-29. We had the Eagles beat Chicago 25-20, clinched playoff berth. New Orleans beat Atlanta. I don't know why I picked Atlanta 21-18.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Detroit beat the Jets 20-17. I picked the Jets. I picked Carolina. They lost to the Steelers 24-16. Jacksonville, I did get that right. Beat Dallas 40-30.
Woo, me too.
Kansas City beat Houston in overtime 30-24. Denver beats Arizona 24-15. Las Vegas beats New England on the craziest ending in probably NFL history, just on that sheer play alone. Chargers getting hot, win 17-14 over Tennessee. Cincinnati beats Tampa 34-23, take over the AFC North. And the Giants beat the Commanders 20-12. And on Monday night, Packers are still alive, y'all. 24-12 over the Rams. Dre, I'm going to start with you, man. Game ball, not so game ball.
Oh, brother. Um, um, that's all I can just say is woo child. When it comes to this one, ooh, you know what? I'm gonna say for my game ball. Um, you know what? Let me start with my my not so game ball. Um, I'm gonna give it to Jeff Saturday and the Colts because how the hell did you lose that? I mean, we talked about. I mean, we talked about the. We talked about.
How do you lose that?
I just don't understand. Like,
Look who
bro,
their quarterback is. It shouldn't be surprising.
you know what?
Look who their
And
quarterback is.
he's been when you think about the epic losses, he's been a
It's
part of
him.
that.
It's
It's
him.
always him. You know, you go back to the Super Bowl. Um, Atlanta had lost a game recently when he was the quarterback, and it was they had a pretty big lead. I forgot who it was against, and then then you turn around with this stuff, and it's always Matt Ryan. So, but they could have stopped the bleeding with this one. 33 points, dog, and that's embarrassing. Um, so not so game ball goes to them, but my game ball, man, y'all know how I've been feeling about the Detroit Lions for a while, and they've been knocking heads and busting kneecaps and biting people, whatever they need to do in order to scratch and claw and win. And I would love to see the Detroit Lions make the playoffs, just because I'm a fan of Dan Campbell, and even Jared Goff is playing at a better level. For Rod Fix Face, he is playing better.
Come on,
Uh,
man.
Face to face, man, wake
I didn't say nothing.
up. Your face said it all, man.
What?
The Lions are playing much better right now. And when you look at the Lions, Baltimore, wake up. When you give your offense some help, you see that some things can be turned around. So, um, my game ball goes to the Detroit Lions.
Go ahead, Raj.
Hey man, I wasn't trying to say nothing negative about the Detroit Lions. I wanted them to win for obvious reasons, but that's neither here nor there. Congrats to the Lions. They doing their thing. They got an easy schedule coming up, and they might have the most favorable schedule to make the playoffs out of the Washington and New York teams that are in the playoffs right now. But we shall see going down the stretch. But my not so game ball has to go to We Them Boys. Those boys look terrible, didn't they? Those boys look like some straight up garbage in that
Damn it.
fourth
He took
quarter.
mine. Damn it.
I know you wanted to use it, but that's okay. You got the best option out of these three. But yes, them boys look like trash. And yeah, man. I mean, I don't understand how you have I think like a 24-point lead or something like that, and you just go down there and you just think the joint up. Now I thought when we lost to the Jaguars, that was like probably the worst, that they ever, well, the worst loss. No. Oh no, them boys had to do it bigger and better. And
They
then
said,
over
nah, bro. Hold my beer, bro.
Dak was like, no, hold up. You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to turn over the football. You already know. And that's exactly what happened. So, shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are making strides this season. Has it been pretty every game? Hell no. But they find ways to win. They find ways to win some of these games anyway. So, shout out to them. But the Cowboys get my not so game ball. My game ball will go to. I'm just going to go to the Raiders, man. It's going to go to the Raiders. They were dead in the water as well to the New England Patriots. And the Patriots, they were doing their thing, and then all of a sudden Bill Belichick was like, you know what, let's draw up a play where I let, my wide receiver throw it back to my quarterback, Mac Jones. Just for the hell of it. and he ended up throwing it to Chandler Jones instead.
Stop it, Raj! God damn it, Raj! Sheesh, man. I'm sitting here watching that goddamn that play right now.
Yeah. And if you want to see the play, go to our page. We have it uploaded on the shorts page. So if you want to see that page, is on uploaded.
Believe that.
It's on the shorts. We got it uploaded, and just make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. But anyway, yes, that was my favorite. That they get the Raiders get my game ball. They're still in the playoff race. Although Derek Carr really had nothing to do with that, but hey, it is what it is. Chandler Jones, you were from as Michael Irvin would say, you were from a DE to a TE, getting that touchdown at the end of the game. Good job, brother. Good job.
Mark, I can't take all the credit. Dre did before the season pick the Jaguars to win the division, and they do play the Titans week 18, so that could be for all the marbles.
Right.
And
Yeah,
Jacksonville,
brother. Yeah.
Jacksonville.
That pick is not far-fetched at all.
Yes.
That pick is not far-fetched at
I just
all,
thought
man.
once they beat the Ravens, they would get hot. Trevor Lawrence is starting to get hot. And usually the Ravens are teams that people get right against, and they got right against the Ravens. They beat the Cowboys, and they could win out. But start low and high, Cravante, baby.
Wish I
I'm
would put
upset
some money
'cause-
on them Jags, man.
You can still
I
take
take-
the Oakland Raiders.
No,
okay?
nah, man. I'm disappointed in you, man. I need to start going before you. You need to start going last then. Because God damn it, he literally took both of them. But he didn't take it in the same sense, so I will keep it. The New England Patriots. What the hell? Like, that was some undisciplined mess that I saw. Jacoby Myers, what are you doing? The score is tied. Y'all are not down. Y'all supposed to be going in overtime. Y'all should just went out of bounds. You shouldn't even had the ball. Homeboy should have just went down or went out of bounds or something, because you're not trying to win. You're not trying to score. I mean, you were trying to score, but worst case scenario is overtime. What the hell are you doing? And Chandler Jones just had Merry Christmas, Chandler Jones. Merry Christmas. What a gift. And he gave one more gift to Mac Jones on his way to the end zone, too. It was bad. That's one of the few guys that's one of the few times where you can actually hit a quarterback and it'd be okay. When you have the ball and he's trying to tackle you. Boom! Mac, what are you doing? Stay down there. Boy, the Patriots threw that game away, didn't they? Definitely threw that game away. And somehow the Raiders they look like a fish. They look like they dead in the water. But I guess a win is a win is a win, right? Game ball. Man. Game ball. I'm gonna give it to the Cincinnati Bengals. Taking care of business against Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, which I shouldn't have said his full name because I really only say his name when he's been playing well. But
a certain person that's not on here was cheering him heavily yesterday.
Getting on my nerves. Just getting on my nerves. Just texting. Oh, my Brady, my homie, my homie, my homie. Shut up. Just shut up. The whole way I'm driving. Matter of fact, I was driving to Omar's premiere. It was in Greenbelt, Maryland, and obviously it was goddamn traffic. And I'm like, yo, why is it traffic? I forgot the Commanders had a night game in FedEx Field, so it was goofy traffic. But while I'm sitting in goofy traffic, D texting every 10 minutes talking about something. My boy Brady, my homie Brady, my pal. Shut up! You don't like him at all. Like historically, you don't like him like that. That's why they lost, because you liked them. They was up 10-0. He was I'm sure he was chucking and jiving.
Not shucking and jiving.
No, he was shucking and jiving. Yes, he was.
And then the Bengals came in the second half and put the smack down on them like they were supposed to the whole time. And now the Bengals, I don't know, did they take over the North?
Yes, they have it. You might as well say they have it.
Okay, well, and great timing because this is where you get hot. This is where you get the ball rolling, going into the playoffs in December, and the Bengals are doing just that.
Yeah, Ravens Bengals week 18. I think that will be for the division, but I think the Ravens will lose that game anyway.
Oh,
But
yes.
yeah, I already thought they were gonna lose that game. Dre, you got the standings before we get to week 16.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I did good, yo. I
You
did good
did.
this week, yo.
You did real
So
good.
this week, in first place were me and Cravante at 12-3. You came in second at 11-4, and Byron, you came in third at 10-5. With the overall standings, is in first place at 151, 81-2. I'm in second place at 149, 84-2. Cravante is third, 147, 86-2, and Byron, you're 144 and 89-2.
Oh boy.
Ooh, gotta make up some ground. Time to take some swings. Jacksonville, New York.
That was the problem,
on
man.
Thursday.
You made some swings, brother. And, the
You
swings weren't
you
swinging.
you swung all right. And
Yeah,
you
I struck
missed.
out Jacksonville and the Jets on Thursday night. Actually, a good game.
That may be an entertaining game. But I like where the Jaguars are going. I think Trevor Lawrence, Dougie P is the best thing that could have happened for Trevor
Dougie!
Lawrence, and I think he may be turning the corner. I like the Jaguars, even though I don't like short week road teams on Thursday. I'm gonna roll with them.
As long as Dougie P ain't pushing, please. I'm picking the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jaguars.
So everybody picking the Jags?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Q, but your team is done. Well, he knows his team is done. So it is.
No,
Yeah,
actually, you know
everybody's
what
picking
though? That could have been somebody's not so game ball because they had it, and that was really on the receiver because I mean, dog, you went back.
No, that's not on the receiver. That's on the coach. You had
It's
3
on both.
timeouts, and it was
It's
like
on
30
both
seconds
because
left.
I mean, as a wide receiver, you should have known, dog, just to go down. Or like you up there going back to try to go out of bounds. I was like, bro, what are y'all?
They said Robert Saleh was saving the time us for next week.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing because he wasted the hell out of them
I was like,
for that
bro.
situation.
Bears Buffalo travels to Chicago.
Oh, we already know that.
Yeah, Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo.
Yeah, we next.
Yeah,
New Orleans at
the
Cleveland.
Bears might cover that spread though.
They
Yeah.
might.
New Orleans at Cleveland. These are all Christmas Eve, by the way. New Orleans at Cleveland.
I'm gonna roll with Cleveland.
I like Cleveland too.
I like Cleveland.
Y'all can give me Cleveland. Houston at Tennessee. I want to pick Houston, but I'm gonna go Tennessee.
I think everybody going Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee.
She not at those 7 points.
Houston might cover.
I like Houston to cover, but I mean it's you can't pick Houston though. Like you just can't.
Seattle at Kansas City.
Hard though.
Yeah, this is in Kansas City too. We already know what time it is.
Kansas City.
Now, once again, they're not going to cover that spread, probably.
Giants play the Vikings.
Another one. I think we all going to be in Minnesota.
Man, after that epic comeback, I gotta pick the Vikings, of course.
Yo, they might not have nothing left, yo. they may not have nothing left on the I guess kind of a short week. But
so you saying the Giants? You think?
Oh gosh, no, I need them to lose in general anyway.
You do.
Yeah, let me go with the Vikings.
All right. Bengals, Patriots. Give me the Bengals.
Yeah, I think everybody going with the Bengals on this.
Yeah, I think the Patriots are finished. The Bengals.
Oh yeah, they covering that. I think the 3.5. I think they'll cover that.
Lions go to Carolina. That's gonna be
damn. I think everybody going to be in agreement again.
I'm going with Detroit.
Detroit.
I can't pick against them.
yes. Philly at Dallas. I'm gonna go Dallas.
It's a tough one.
Wait,
that kind of depends on Jalen Hurts' arm.
I just think Philly's gonna lose one more game before the season.
Yeah, this is one of them games where if Jalen Hurts is playing, the Eagles will win. But if it's to the backup quarterback, then I say Dallas will win.
I'm gonna pick Dallas as well.
The Eagles won the first game, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll take Dallas to even it up.
Okay, so I think everybody picking
And,
Dallas.
and they're probably saying that Hurts probably not going to play because the point spread jumped from Eagles 1.5 to Cowboys favored by 6. Like that's a 7-point jump. You don't see point spread jumps like that, so he might not play.
We got the Raiders at Steelers 50th anniversary of Immaculate Reception.
The Raiders right now are starting to cook. I think they're starting to find themselves.
Picking the Raiders.
I'll take the Raiders.
So I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
I mean, Dan Waller is back, so I'm picking the Raiders.
Give me the Steelers. I got to make up some ground.
Have fun with that.
Karate, who you got?
What's that? You said Steelers and who?
Raiders.
Yeah, in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Give me the Raiders.
Yeah, give me the Steelers. I'll take them. Sunday, Christmas Day, we got Green Bay at Miami.
Miami.
I'm gonna go with Miami because it's in Miami. If this was in Green Bay, I would have said Green Bay.
Miami. Yeah, I'm going Miami too.
You know what? Give me Green Bay. I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers. I think he ain't.
Are you? Oh, are you now? Okay.
Yes.
That's not a bad way to try to make ground up on. That's not a bad one.
Plus, I think if Green Bay wins out, they might sneak in. Don't look now.
Mm-hmm.
Byron, who you got, man?
I'm going with Green Bay. I'm going with Miami.
Okay.
Miami.
Denver at the Rams. Oh my gosh.
Jesus. It's just a battle of the worst. But you know what? I'm gonna go with the Rams.
I'm gonna go with the Rams too.
The Rams and who?
Denver.
What the hell? Damn. I feel like this is a game. That's gonna be an ugly game too.
Oh, it is.
But I guess the Rams.
Yeah, give me the Rams just because I don't like Denver. I don't think I can't pick them. I can't pick them. I can't do that. Tampa, Arizona is just Sunday night game. Oh my gosh.
Tampa.
I'm gonna go with Tampa too.
Yeah, give me Tampa. And then we got Monday, Chargers, Colts. Oh my gosh, give me the Chargers.
Yeah,
Chargers. You missed the game, by the way.
Oh,
You missed
Commanders.
2 games, actually.
Yeah, I know. I usually do them last.
Oh, okay.
Commanders, 49ers.
Chargers. Yeah, Chargers. And who else? Who we got?
Commanders, 49ers, and Ravens.
49ers.
I can't.
49ers, of course.
Hoping for the best, but 49ers.
And the Ravens, Falcons.
Give me the Ravens.
Give me the Falcons.
Psych. No Falcons.
Give me the Ravens.
Oh,
Ravens.
I thought you were serious for a second.
No, hell,
Ravens. Yeah, I'm picking the Ravens.
I'm picking the Falcons. I'm picking the Ravens. At least this week. Now next week I might pick the Steelers, but it depends on how they look this week.
Honestly, all we need is 2 more. I keep telling you.
No, we just need one more. They need to win one more game, and they'll be in the playoffs. Thanks to everybody losing that we needed to lose this past weekend. It's like we have a 3-game lead on a lot of teams.
Yeah, they'll be the 5th seed. Hopefully having to play the Titans if they win the AFC South. Don't want to play Jacksonville again. I don't
give a damn who we play. It don't even matter.
I want to play.
It could be whoever.
Cavante, you ready to get goofy before we get out of here?
Oh man. Yeah, I guess so. Oh man, one of my mans just he won his bet for on DraftKings on this nice game. He showed me the ticket. I love my guys get a little money. Hey man, I cleaned them boys up on Saturday, yo.
Oh boy.
I cleaned them boys up on Saturday, man. It was a good it was actually Byron, it was actually Minnesota. Which was goofy at halftime. It's so fitting.
That was a nice come up you got there.
It's so fitting that of the timing of Goofy's laughter and me talking about the Vikings. But quick note.
It was a goof that sat by the door. I'm sorry.
It was the goof. Right. Shout out to Atlanta. But I had Justin Jefferson to score anytime touchdown, and I had Justin Jefferson over 100 yards receiving, Kirk Cousins over 255, I think, and the Vikings to win. Needless to say, I was sick at halftime. But I'm going to go and get into that in a few. Welcome, good people, to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time to let me tell the world what I thought was goofy this week. For the sake of time, I'm only gonna have two. One's gonna be real quick because I kind of alluded to it, and well, not even alluded to it. I talked about it during the show, and my other one I'm gonna probably be a little long-winded on. So I'm gonna give each its proper time. But first, I have a little of a goofy. Jet Green this week for their goofiness and how they find ways to lose. And then, God damn, I did pick the Falcons, but the Falcons and the Cardinal Red lost this week. So yeah, we have low level goofies, hee hee ha ha, funny. We laugh about it, we joke about it, we move on. And my high level goofies, ooh, them high level goofies. We gotta sit down, we gotta congregate, see what's going wrong. We gotta talk about it. Things gotta get better. We have to make these things better. Or get rid of it. So I'm gonna jump into it. I think because of the stakes of this game, I'm gonna say both of them were high level goofy. So first one, the one I'm going to spend the least amount of time on is the Commanders versus Giants game. Not the entire game, just the Commanders' last possession. And really 2 plays, pretty much. I want to say it was back to back almost. Towards the end of the game. Quick, if you guys didn't see it, I'll paint the picture quickly. Commanders versus Giants. The Giants had 20 and the Commanders had 12. The Commanders were in the red zone and on their way to attempt to score. I want to say the guys are inside the 5-yard line. And Terry McLaurin, the first incident, Terry McLaurin was called for. I want to say it was illegal offense or something illegal on the offensive side of the ball, where on every play somebody has to be on the ball, and if there's another receiver, they have to be off the ball, but somebody always has to be on the ball. And Terry Malone was that designated receiver to be on the ball. So in football, when you're the wide receiver, you go out to the sidelines or wherever you're stationed, and if you're on the ball, you check with the referee to confirm that, hey, I'm on the ball. Am I okay to be right here? The referee would say, hey, move back. You can move up. Stay right there. You're fine. Terry McLaurin checked with him twice. Heineke snaps the ball. Flag goes flying in the air from the same referee where he confirmed twice with if he's okay. Don't know what's going on. I think that referee might have had a big parlay going on, and the Commanders scoring would have jacked that up. So, and they did end up scoring on that play, but because of the penalty, they back 5 yards. And the Commanders don't do well when there's bumps in the road. The offense almost has to go perfectly. It's hard for us to overcome those type of things because we don't have a high-powered offense. And not even maybe a play or two later, actually the last play of the game was Heineke pass to Curtis Samuel that fell incomplete on 4th down, and that was pretty much the end of the game. But when we looked at it, I have a couple pictures. Oh wow! They were more than inside the 5-yard line. They were actually on the 1-yard line for the Terry McLaurin situation. But the next one, I understand he might be a fan of Curtis Samuel, but that's a hug. That as you guys can see, the ball's there. he is currently hugging Curtis Samuel as if he hasn't seen him in the past 3 weeks. I don't know what's going on, but the love fest that he's showing Curtis Samuel in this play is illegal, and it is called a PI, or better known as pass interference. That was blatantly not called by the referees. And in the end zone, there's not that much field to cover, which also there's not that much field to see and supervise. And for them to basically jack up 2 plays back to back to back is absolutely absurd. This play right here should have resulted in a first down at the goal line, because that's interference. That's not even holding. That's pass interference right there. He's completely hugging him, and the ball is still in the air. The ball should have been placed on 1 yard line, and we should have had 4 more cracks at the end zone to try to tie the game up. The score touchdown and 2-point conversion. 2 very, very egregious calls, but I'm not gonna make any excuses. That's not why we lost. Like I said earlier, we had 2 turnovers and we had a lot of missed opportunities. But I hate when the referees miss blatant calls, especially at the end of games. I understand at times you do want to, as they say, swallow your whistle and let them play, but that's an obvious penalty. Terry McLaurin, obviously a miscommunication. Like I said, I think the referee might have had a big parlay up, and he checked with him twice, and for him to still throw the flag, I thought it was absurd. But yeah, we unfortunately we lost a big divisional game, and now our playoff hopes are in jeopardy. High level goofy guys, high level goofiness on the referees that officiated the Commanders and Commander and Giants game on Sunday Night Football, which makes it worse. But whoo, this next one. Oh man, this next one. This game was on Saturday. We had 3 games on Saturday. And the first game on the slate was the Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, before the game, nobody knew history was going to get made. Everything that happened was just absolutely absurd that was going on. The Colts absolutely jumped on the Minnesota Vikings. And it was just so surprising, like everybody was shocked, including myself and including the Minnesota Vikings. And Minnesota was at home getting a severe whooping from the Jeff Saturday-led Indianapolis Colts. Embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing. The first quarter, the Vikings don't score. The second quarter, the Vikings don't score. The Indianapolis jumped out to a 7-0 lead in the first quarter and added 16 more points in the second quarter to be up by a whopping 33-0. And then all of a sudden, I gotta show the picture. Wait, give me a second. Gotta find it. This brother might look familiar to you guys. This brother might look familiar. He might look familiar. That's Matt Ryan, guys. Matt Ryan is a part of history, and not in a good way, as the Minnesota Vikings, pretty much in a quarter and a half, made a miraculous comeback, and not only come back and tie the game, but came all the way back to win. And I was actually talking. I was talking to a really good friend of mine, and I was telling her that 30-0, it's pretty much over. It's pretty. This is over. Pretty much over. And then I come right back, and then there's this text. That's wild to just say, yeah, 30-0, and then boom, 36-36, and pretty much in a quarter and a half. And it's mind-blowing that you're up 33-0 pretty much for 2.5 quarters, and lose a game. Like they only put up 3 more points the rest of the way, and the Minnesota Vikings, I guess, must have drank some Space Jam juice and jumped right out and jumped on them like Indianapolis jumped on them in the first quarter. Vikings just couldn't stop. And my homeboy was me and my homeboy was talking about betting, and I want to say the odds got up to like plus 800 at the time, and that's when it was down like 24-0. But when they scored again and went up 30-0, I was like, oh man, ain't no way they coming back. And and they did. And me and my friend should have taken me and my homeboy should have taken it because we would have came up big time. Big time. But history happened. And not only was that the biggest comeback in NBA history, that was also the biggest, and on the flip side, it was also the biggest meltdown in history. It's very similar to another game we all know and love. We call it the Super Bowl. It's only the biggest game the NFL has to offer. And it's the biggest event, the biggest widely watched event in anybody's history. The Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. I was where's the picture again? Just want to show the picture again. Yes, the score was 28-3 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter of the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. This is it. All the marbles. And somehow, some way, they come back and win the Super Bowl 34-28. That happened. Yep. It happened. And you want to know what the one coinky thing was? The one thing they had in common? Both led by the same quarterback. Both meltdowns led by the same quarterback. Matty Ice, Matty Melts, whatever you want to call him. Raj, I see. Matty, not so nice Ice, and Matty Melts. Because that's what it did. That's what happened. It was an extreme meltdown, and it was at extreme, absurd proportions, and I hate that for Matt Ryan because now he's probably known as probably the biggest loser in NFL history. Tough. And poor Jeff Saturday. He probably doesn't want to coach anymore after this. But that was tough to listen to because I wasn't able to watch all of the game, but I listened to most of it. That was tough to listen to. But because I had a bet on the game, it was amazing. I literally only needed the Minnesota Vikings to win on the money line and make a nice little come up on Saturday. But my gosh, Matt Ryan in Indianapolis Colts, you cannot lose that game. You cannot be up 33 for a half and just lose. Now, granted, defense has a hand in this. They have their part in this, but it's just weird that two of the biggest meltdowns ever. The quarterbacks are similar. Not even similar. They're the same damn person. Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan might be going to hiding after this one, but yeah, that was a rough one. Rough one to hear, but God damn it, Matt Ryan. I can't even say this is on you, but it's just weird that both of them you have to be quarterback. Not a great way to be remembered, Matt, but he's on the wrong side of history. Just like he's on the wrong side of Goofies of the Week. But boom, those are my Goofies of the Week. The referees for the Commanders and Giants game, and for their egregious back-to-back play calling, and Matt Ryan and the Indianapolis Colts for the biggest meltdown in NBA history. I'm sorry, NFL history. 33 points. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great, and Matt Ryan's on the wrong end of it, and so are the referees. Y'all got to do better, man.
Gosh, something wrong here.
The goof that sat by the door. For y'all that have not watched Atlanta, y'all have to partake in that episode.
I gotta catch back up on Atlanta. But I heard that the last season of it just wasn't up to par with the rest of it.
The last season was everywhere.
The last two seasons were everywhere, and they were kind of a couple episodes here and there, but nothing.
Yeah, so I haven't been pressed to really watch it.
Nothing you're gonna want to go rewatch anyway.
Actually,
no. The goof that sat by the door. I'm gonna rewatch that.
Season 3 was lit, man. If you
Now
understand
that one I did watch, but they said this very last season was just.
It was all over the place. It was all
the
over
first
the
two
place.
seasons are always
trippy. Okay, very, very trippy.
Well, Dre, speaking of trippy, next week, will we be at episode 373?
I mean, you know what? Why not?
We'll recap our top sports moments of the year.
In college football we can give our predictions. So
sounds like a plan. We'll talk Ravens, Commanders as well, and anything else that comes up. How can I start the day with a cup of Dre?
Hey, you can catch me on WEAA, and of course, each and every Monday you can catch me here with my brothers. Here for the Flex Zone. You might catch us doing a post game show too on Saturday. So, hopefully, Ravens Nation, we do get this win. And then it's a lot about to happen in sports right now. This is one of those few times when I might have loved to have seen WWE on Christmas because the way that other things are going on. My gosh. But I'm excited to be here. We'll catch y'all next week.
Raj, let the people know how to keep up with us and what we got going on the channel.
Well, you could have had day one if they would have kept the pay-per-view. That's neither here nor there. But
they didn't need it. They didn't need it.
I love day one. But anyway, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, check out the other content on the channel. We're gonna have AW Dynamite on Wednesday. Preview for Atlanta and the Ravens coming up very soon. Also, post-game show for the Atlanta and Ravens game on Saturday as well. And like Byron said, we're gonna have probably some of the end of the year.
End of the year videos, and we'll be live.
We got Byron. We gotta link up, and if all of y'all can come on, I gotta do top 3 goofies of the year as well.
Gotta get goofies of the year. End of the year videos. We got John Cena on SmackDown coming up. We'll probably be live for that. So a lot to close out the year to hit in 2023 and give y'all content to watch over the holidays as well. Executive producer Andre Melton, senior producer Captain of the Goofy Ship, Cravante Hurd. Look out for those goofies coming soon. Senior producer, as I said, Cravante. Social media producer Big Raj. Catch us on the post game Saturday and preview coming Thursday or Friday. We'll see how the week goes. Saturday games kind of throw everything off because it moves everything up a day, but we shall see. God's favorite host, the host of The Moist, signing off. Only place, fellas, giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Yes, we'll be live Wednesday. May have a video coming out tomorrow or Wednesday. Something on the Ravens. We'll see if Lamar practices tomorrow. And we'll keep you posted throughout the week. Vote on the poll if you haven't already. And episode 373 next week, y'all. We out of here. Check out Fanatics. And Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. All that good stuff. Enjoy yourselves with the family. And we'll see you Christmas Eve for that Ravens post-game show, AEW this week, and so much more. Peace. Have a great night.
Peace.
Happy holidays, good people.
Happy holidays.
Don't get your tongue stuck on a pole.
Oh wow.